Hello, I'm going to dive straight into it. My name's Daniel, I've got a YouTube channel with 4,000 subscribers. I'm no expert, but I have learned a few things, so I'm going to share them. So these are in no particular order, each is as important as the other, so make sure you stick around till the end. Number 1, content direction. Are you going to tell a story? Are you going to review things? Are you going to react to things? Are you going to do how-tos or guides or any other type of content? Basically, focus on what type of content you want to create and progress with that. I'm not saying that you can't ever change your direction or try new things, but if you focus on the one area that you enjoy or that you're good at, that area will become so much better, and the engagement from your subscribers will become a lot better because they're interested in the content you're delivering. I'd actually encourage you to, in the early days, try different things, find your niche, find your groove, and roll with that. Number 2 is actually 3 titles that I rolled together so I can make sure this video said 5 tips, but they are really closely related. So those things are consistency, quantity, and timing. Let me break those down. Firstly, consistency. If you put a video out once a week, do it once a week. Once a day, do it once a day. Once a month, do it once a month. Again, I'm not saying you can't ever change this, but humans are habitual animals. We get into a routine, we get into a habit. If you put a video out every Monday at 2 o'clock, your viewers will get into the habit of watching your video every Monday at 2 o'clock. And if you just ad hoc post videos randomly, people don't really get into that routine. You'll get better engagement, and apparently YouTube algorithm sort of learns that that's when you put your videos out and pushes it. With regards to time off, I'm not saying you can never have a holiday or a break. A week or 2, in my opinion, is fine, but don't take 6 months off because your viewers are not going to be engaged at all and you're going to try and catch up on lost ground. Quantity. Now, I understand that there is a balance between quantity and quality, and you've got to decide that as part of your content strategy. However, my belief is that on YouTube, quantity is more important than quality. I see uploading a YouTube video like this one, like buying a lottery ticket, and the more lottery tickets you buy, the more chance you've got of winning the lottery, i.e. a video reaching a wider audience. The example I use quite a lot is a lot of new YouTubers, or even old ones in fact, will upload 1 video per week, and I say, well, if you could try and do 2 videos per week, you're actually delivering 100% more content than you would otherwise. So you're doubling your chance of getting a bigger audience, of increasing your viewers, all those sorts of things. Is a massive increase. And again, it doesn't mean you need to put out 10 videos a day, but just think about, okay, what is the most amount of content I can reasonably put out? I think we have to remember YouTube is YouTube. It is not the cinema. You don't always have to have the drone shots, 8K, lovely, cinematic photography all the time. It is just YouTube. The third part of this is timing. Now, this will depend on what type of content you're putting together. But if you're putting together content like reviews or reactions, or even like race results or anything related to the news, those sorts of things are very time critical. YouTube as a platform is quite hard to be really fast and reactive on. It's not like an Instagram or a Twitter where you can immediately post something. It takes a bit of time to produce, doesn't it? Which I'm sure you might appreciate if you're watching this video. However, if anything, that makes it more important. If you have some new technology, or if you've been to an event and people are going to be searching that event straight after it, if you can get your content out on YouTube before other people, you are the only place that they're going to be able to get that information, and that means that the views are going to be a lot higher than they would do normally, aren't they? Again, I'm not suggesting that you stay up all night in order to get a video out, but if you want to do things like making that extra effort to get that video out as soon as you can, I think you'll really reap the rewards. Number 3, integrity or transparency. Now, I'm not saying that you have to share loads of confidential information and tell people your life story. What I'm saying is people know when they're being sold to or lied to, so there's no point in trying to make something appear what it isn't. I find this particularly beneficial when talking about products or talking about sponsors, partners, those sorts of things. People really appreciate somebody being genuinely honest with them, and I find that actually any promotional campaigns that I do with brands, with products, people trust it more because they know I'm entirely transparent, and that's something I think that you should do as well. I don't know about you guys and girls, but when I see, and I've seen this a lot recently, particularly sports YouTube channels, promoting things that had really nothing to do with the audience. I've seen one recently promoting investing on the blockchain, another one promoting an app that encourages NHS workers to work more hours than they already are doing. I watch those things and I just think, oh, you've missed the mark there. I don't watch your channel for those things, and I can see that you've just done that for a promotion, but you don't say, look, I'm just doing this because it's quite a lot of money, and they're doing it as if, oh, this is really good, guys, check this out, and it just doesn't quite feel right. I appreciate these people have got to earn a living, but Number 4, engagement. Now, I know this stops becoming possible at a certain level, but I'm nowhere near that at the minute. Comments, DMs, emails, texts, tweets, whatever, reply to them, engage with them, like them, talk to these people. It's sort of the whole point of trying to build a platform, isn't it? If you're not going to talk to people, what's even the point of doing it? People appreciate being responded to, even if it's a thanks pal, something like that. People appreciate it, they're more likely to comment again in future. And also, as a creator, it motivates me reading those comments. So to think that I'm showing my appreciation to those people really makes it feel worthwhile to me. Do that, you're putting the content together. Number 5, cross-platform promotion. I'll admit this is something I don't do a huge amount of, but if you can post your videos to Facebook groups, if you can share them on your Instagram or Instagram story, if you can share them on forums, if you can tweet them to people or get brands to retweet them or whatever, it really benefits your channel through having all these different platforms. Often people will be sat scrolling other social media pages, whereas they won't perhaps be scrolling YouTube. So it just helps increase that traffic, feed the algorithm and get YouTube to push your videos. Something I find particularly useful, and I've had a bit of success with in the past, is posting to large Facebook groups. However, don't post just the link to the video in the post. To write something about it. The way I find it works best is write something about it, attach a picture, either the thumbnail or something, and then put the link in the post, but remove the actual pre-produced link that Facebook generates. I've probably done a terrible job of explaining that, but basically I find that just better in those Facebook groups because there's a whole algorithm within those Facebook groups. It needs to get likes and comments for other people to see it. And also make it relevant. Don't go posting a video that isn't appropriate to that group at all. Think about how you can make it suitable for that group. So for example, I will often post videos to the Ironman Wales Facebook group when I'm talking about my Ironman Wales training, Ironman Wales race, Ironman Wales course recce, all those sorts of things. I wouldn't post the Ironman Wales video to the Outlaw Facebook group, for example, because yes, some of those people might be doing different events, but they're probably not, and that's not what the group's about. So there we go. In a nutshell, that's not really a how-to, it's just me sharing the things I've learned over the last few years on this platform. Let me know down below your thoughts. Let me know as a viewer what sort of things make you watch a video more. I'm conscious that I haven't talked about things like thumbnails, titles, anything like that. I know that's important, but I haven't really done too much with that, to be honest, so feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. Most importantly, obviously, click subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you later.